Hello and welcome to the Authoritative Gamer's Guide to Hunt Showdown. Hunt Showdown is a competitive first-person PvP bounty hunting game with heavy PvE elements set in the late 19th century. The core objective is to find, kill, and banish the boss or bosses, collect their bounty tokens, and then make it to one of the extraction points at the edge of the map while eliminating any players that stand in your way. Every round begins with players entering from spawn points located at the edges of the map and ends with a winning team severely dehydrated. The PvE elements in this game are generally not threatening on their own and act mostly as obstacles that will force the players to make noise as they traverse the map, with the exception of the bosses being a little more dangerous to both inattentive and new players. Spread across the map, you will find the common grunts, with a random selection of armored, hives, hellhounds, immolators, and 3D captures of me after my last visit to the buffet. The PvE does become a bit more dangerous as it is attracted to the sound of nearby firefights and can definitely turn the tides of battle rapidly against the unexpecting players. All of the enemies in the game do have different mechanics and behaviors that you should be aware of. The common grunt comes in a few flavors and will rush you with their weapon if they hear you. Cleavers apply bleed, torches apply burn, doctors apply poison and drop med packs, and the miners become bargain bin immolators if you hit them in the head. The armored are basically just tougher versions of the normal grunts, with the concertina variety applying a bleed to you if you strike it in melee. Immolators will burn into a roaring inferno if hit with sharp weapons or projectiles. Hives will send swarms of bees at you, hellhounds travel in packs, and I'll chase after anything that's been well seasoned. Every player has a skill level assigned to them ranging from 1 to 6 stars, with 1 star being the lowest available skill and 6 stars being the highest. What many players in the community don't know is that this is less a measurement of true skill and more a measurement of their playstyle. At 6 stars, lobbies consist almost entirely of Mosin snipers, uppercuts, canes, and most importantly, bedpans to ensure the players have no need to step away from their scopes for even a minute during their hour-long camping trips. Matches at this level are full of players looking through pixel-wide gaps in walls and using years of Counter-Strike experience to headshot their enemies as soon as a single pixel changes. Players entering the 6-star lobbies for the first time will almost certainly find themselves making the mistake of not crouch walking while within 100 meters of their enemies and immediately getting wallbanged. At the 5-star level, you see the same Mosin uppercut cane bush hybrids with a sprinkle of shotguns camping inside with the bounty and staring at the nearest doors with the intensity of hedge fund interns watching investment subreddits. At the 4-star level, there will be a little bit of camping outside of the bounties like in the 5 and 6 stars, but most squads will have their patience tested and broken after 2 to 3 minutes of staring into or out of buildings and will then proceed to rush in or make a break for the nearest extraction point. At the 3-star level, camping is virtually non-existent as this is where all of the real gamers are. And I'm not just saying that because my rank sits at 3 stars, I'm a certified sweatlord. In these lobbies, the players understand that the firefight is the most fun part of the game and waste as little time getting into one as Butcher wastes killing the 1-star players. Down at the 2-star level, the players are here less for the competitive PvP experience and more for taking the time to see all the sights and appreciate the hard work the Crytek team put into building the world around them. And finally, at the 1-star level, we have the players who are more likely to die from the PvE before ever seeing an opposing squad. That's right, it's the professional Call of Duty players. Over time, the maps do get changes after receiving feedback from the community. One such change is Scupper Lake now being closer to Scupper Puddle after many complaints that wading through deep water as Kane was washing off their camouflage. Now, the Crytek team would have you believe that they were responsible for this change, but as we all know, it was really made by the 5 and 6-star hunters desperately slurping up all of the water to stay hydrated during their inevitable hour-long sieges. There is a proximity chat option available in-game allowing you to attempt to communicate with random teammates or with enemy hunters. Although, in my experience, the primary uses of the in-game voice chat are to try and talk to your enemies and get ignored, or to have profanities shouted at my corpse when the enemy players no longer need to fear having an actual social interaction. There is definitely a lot more to this game than what I've touched on so far, but this video is now at least 4 times longer than my attention span, so I'll be wrapping it up here. Overall, if you like zombies, cowboys, old western firefights, and hats, or have always wanted to kill someone with a jar of bees, I would absolutely recommend this game. One last thing before I go, if you've ever found yourself in a situation where you have too many memes and not enough hats to get anyone to look at them, you should check out huntshowdownmemegenerator.com. As always, take care of yourself and have a great day.